He looked in the mirror and saw a man he barely recognized. His hair had thinned, his posture slouched, and the fire that once defined him dimmed. But it wasn't the wrinkles that haunted him. It was the quiet, the emotional distance in the bedroom, the confidence slipping through his fingers. If you're over 60, you know exactly what this feels like, and no one talks about it. Not the doctors, not your friends, and certainly not the TV commercials selling pills that promise magic and deliver frustration. But what if the real key to rekindling your sexual power, to feeling like you again, has been missing from your plate all along? Today, we'll uncover 7 vitamins your body is begging for, and how they might just be the secret to getting your confidence, vitality, and intimate spark back. You don't wake up one day and suddenly feel old. It creeps in, quietly, without warning. One morning, you tie your shoes and notice it takes a bit longer. Another day, you walk past the mirror and something feels off. And then, intimacy starts to feel like a memory instead of a possibility. Most men over 60 don't talk about it, not with their friends, not even with their partners. But behind that silence, there's a shared truth. Your body doesn't respond the way it used to. Erections take longer, they're weaker. Sometimes they don't come at all. You think it's stress, you think it's sleep. Maybe it's just part of aging, but deep down, it doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel fair. This isn't just about sex, it's about identity. It's about feeling like a man, like you still have control over your body, your pleasure, and your ability to connect deeply. When those things begin to fade, it can chip away at your confidence, your joy, and your self-worth. You might avoid intimacy out of embarrassment. You might stop flirting, stop touching, stop trying. And with that, a part of you begins to retreat. Here's the truth. Aging does change your body. Yes, testosterone drops. Blood vessels become less flexible. Your circulation slows. But those changes don't mean your best days are behind you. They simply mean your body needs something different now. A new kind of support, a smarter strategy. What used to come naturally now needs nourishment, focus, and care. That's where most men get it wrong. They try to ignore it, push through it, or rely on quick fixes. But ignoring what your body is trying to tell you is like silencing a fire. Alarm, it doesn't stop the problem. And quick fixes, they don't build the foundation you need to feel vibrant again. The body after 60 is still capable of deep pleasure, strong erections, and passionate connection. But it needs to be treated with the respect and support it deserves. That means starting from the inside, nourishing the systems responsible for blood flow, hormonal balance, energy, and emotional resilience. So, what are you missing? What small changes could awaken something powerful inside you again? What if the decline wasn't final, just a signal that something needs to shift? Let's go deeper. Because hidden within your bloodstream, your diet, and your daily habits are answers that most men never discover. And the first one? It's something most people overlook entirely, even though it's free, natural, and shines over our heads. Every single day, most men assume that testosterone is the key to everything. When something feels off, low desire, weak erections, less drive, they think, maybe my T is low. And while testosterone does matter, there's another force working quietly behind the scenes that often gets ignored until it's too late. Erections aren't created in your mind, they're built in your blood. Literally. Without healthy blood flow, nothing happens. No matter how much desire you feel, no matter how strong your connection, if your arteries aren't delivering blood efficiently, your body simply can't respond. Think of it like a hose. If there's a kink in the line, it doesn't matter how you turn the faucet. The water won't flow. In the same way, even a small amount of narrowing in the blood vessels leading to the penis can lead to inconsistent or weak erections. And that narrowing often starts years before symptoms show up. Here's something most men don't realize. The blood vessels in your penis are smaller and more sensitive than the ones in your heart. That means issues like plaque buildup, inflammation, and poor circulation show up there before anywhere else. In fact, for many men, erectile dysfunction is one of the first signs of cardiovascular trouble. It's not just a bedroom issue, it's a warning light on your dashboard. And what affects circulation most? Your daily habits, your diet, your movement, your stress, your sleep, but most importantly, your micronutrients. The tiny building blocks your body uses to repair tissues, produce nitric oxide, the compound that opens up blood vessels, and keep your vascular system flexible and responsive. That's why so many men over 60 begin to struggle with erections, even if their testosterone levels are normal. The signal from the brain might be strong, but the body's response is weak because the delivery system is damaged, undernourished, or neglected. So, if you've ever wondered why you're feeling the desire but not the response, it may not be in your head, it may be in your bloodstream. And fixing that isn't about taking some mystery pill. It's about understanding what your body truly needs to function at its best. And here's the good news. Blood flow can be restored, arteries can be supported, nitric oxide levels can rise again. You're not broken, you're just running on low, and the right nutrients can refill your tank naturally, gently, and powerfully. So which vitamins flip that forgotten switch? Which ones actually open the floodgates again, restoring life, confidence, and intimacy? Let's begin with the one that hides in plain sight and often disappears the moment you retire from a busy outdoor life. There's a reason people feel more alive in summer. More smiles, more energy, more touch. It's not just the beach trips or the longer days, it's the light itself. Sunlight is more than warmth, it's fuel. And for men over 60, it might be the single most overlooked element in the fight. To regain sexual power, vitamin D isn't just a bone vitamin. It plays a critical role in hormone production, mood stability, and, yes, testosterone levels. And yet, studies show that most older men are dangerously deficient. Why? Because after retirement, many men spend less time outdoors. The daily routines that once gave them sunlight, commutes, yard work, afternoon walks, slowly disappear. And without even realizing it, they start running on empty. This matters because testosterone isn't created out of thin air. Your body needs raw materials, and vitamin D is one of the key ingredients. Without it, testosterone production slows, energy drops, mood dips, sleep suffers. And your sex drive? It can all but vanish, but the impact doesn't stop there. Vitamin D also supports endothelial function, the health of the lining inside your blood vessels. When that lining is weak, your arteries become stiff and unresponsive. The result? Poor blood flow, low nitric oxide levels, and trouble with erections. What's worse is how silent this deficiency can be. You might chalk it up to normal aging, but in reality, your body could be screaming for help, and you just haven't heard it. Now here's something empowering. Restoring vitamin D isn't hard. Just 15 to 30 minutes of sun exposure on your arms and face a few times a week can make a big difference. And if sunlight isn't an option, due to climate, skin sensitivity, or mobility, a high-quality supplement can help fill the gap. But even then, it's smart to check your levels first. Too much vitamin D can also be harmful, so balance is key. When vitamin D levels rise, many men report feeling like someone turned the lights back on. Stronger erections, more stable mood, a renewed interest in intimacy. It's not magic. It's biochemistry finally working the way it's supposed to, but it's only the beginning. Vitamin D may light the spark, but there are other forces that fan the flame. Some of them are already sitting quietly on your plate. Others hide in your pantry, underestimated and underused. One, in particular, has been quietly mimicking the Effects of powerful medications, opening up blood vessels, restoring vigor, and giving men a second wind without the side effects. And it might already be in your favorite fish or nut mix, just waiting to wake up your body from the inside. Out. Imagine this. Your blood vessels are like quiet highways running through your body. For decades, they carried life with ease, flexible, open, vibrant. But as the years go by, those highways narrow, traffic slows, and the most sensitive destination of all, your erections, feels it first. That's where niacin, or vitamin B3, steps in. It's not flashy, it doesn't get as much attention as testosterone or protein, but inside your body it plays a role that's nothing short of heroic. Niacin relaxes and opens up blood vessels, enhancing blood flow in a way that mimics the effect of popular erectile medications, without the synthetic rush or side effects. Here's how it works. Niacin boosts vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels. This allows more oxygen, more nutrients, and most importantly, more blood to reach key areas, especially in the pelvic region. The result? Firmer, longer-lasting erections that come naturally without forcing or frustration. But that's not all. Niacin also helps reduce bad cholesterol, supports energy metabolism, and fights inflammation, all crucial factors for men over 60 who want to not just function, but thrive. Now, there's a reason this vitamin is often called a flush vitamin. In higher doses, niacin can cause a temporary warm, tingling sensation, especially in the face and neck. It's harmless, but it can feel strange if you're not expecting it. Many men take it at night, so the effect passes during sleep. Others choose flush-free versions, though those can have slightly different absorption patterns. The beauty of niacin is that it can be absorbed both through food and supplements. Lean chicken, salmon, tuna, peanuts, sunflower seeds. These are niacin-rich sources that also support a heart-healthy, testosterone-friendly diet. It's not about reinventing your meals. It's about choosing ingredients that give back to your body. But here's the part no one tells you. Many older adults don't get enough B3 from food alone, whether it's due to changes in appetite, digestion, or medication interactions. Niacin levels can drop without warning. And when that happens, you may feel it in ways you don't immediately recognize, like sluggish mornings, slow circulation, and that quiet disappointment when your body doesn't respond like it used to. Restoring niacin is like gently waking up your vascular system. It doesn't force anything. It invites your body back to a state it remembers, a state of readiness, energy, and possibility. And once blood begins to flow more freely, your body becomes more receptive to the next layer of support. The spark that boosts nitric oxide production, lifts your mood, and defends your erections from everyday stress and cellular damage. It's small, colorful, and probably sitting in your fruit bowl right now. It's easy to overlook. Just another bright fruit, another chewable tablet you once took for colds. But vitamin C is so much more than a winter remedy. For men over 60, it can be a quiet hero, one that works behind the scenes to rebuild what time and stress have tried to take away. You see, your erection isn't a single event. It's a chain reaction. Hormones, blood flow, nerve signals, mood, oxygen. One break in the chain and everything slows. And one of the most dangerous enemies of that chain, oxidative stress. It's the silent buildup of damage from poor diet, pollution, aging, and emotional tension. It tightens blood vessels, it degrades nitric oxide, it dulls sensation and cuts off flow. Vitamin C doesn't just fight colds, it fights that stress at the cellular level. It sweeps through your body, capturing free radicals, reducing inflammation, and protecting the inner lining of your arteries, the very tissue responsible for triggering and maintaining erections. But its magic doesn't stop there. Vitamin C also directly boosts nitric oxide, the chemical signal that tells blood vessels to open and send a surge of life to where you need it most. Without enough nitric oxide, the brain's signal gets lost in translation. You may feel desire, but the body won't respond. So what happens when you restore your vitamin C levels? You're not just increasing protection, you're activating power. You're giving your body the green light to feel again, to respond again, to perform with confidence. And here's the beautiful part: it's delicious. Oranges, kiwis, strawberries, bell peppers, broccoli, every bite is an act of repair. It's not about cutting things out of your life, it's about adding back what you've been quietly missing. Now, a word of caution: more isn't always better. Some men think if 500 milliliters is good, 2000 milligallon must be great. But too much vitamin C can cause stomach discomfort and may interfere with absorption of other nutrients. The sweet spot is balance, consistent daily intake from food and, if needed, a gentle supplement. One more thing people rarely say out loud: mood matters. When you feel down, disconnected, or anxious, it affects every system in your body, especially the sexual one. Vitamin C has been linked to improved mood and reduced cortisol, the stress hormone that often shuts everything down, including desire. So this isn't just about erections. It's about feeling whole again, feeling calm, clear, capable, feeling like yourself. And when your body feels safe, when inflammation is reduced, when nitric oxide flows, something else comes back to life too: the ability to connect deeply, to show up with presence, to experience pleasure not as a memory, but as something real right now. And there's another vitamin that quietly prepares you for that moment, a nutrient often called the vitamin of love. Want to know why? Some vitamins don't just heal the body, they nurture the heart. Vitamin E and B9, also known as folate, are often forgotten in conversations about male vitality. But together, they carry something many men silently crave after 60. Not just stronger erections, but deeper connection. Let's start with vitamin E, often called the vitamin of love. It does more than you'd expect. At its core, vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant, one that protects your blood vessels from damage, especially the tiny ones that fuel erections. Think of it as armor, keeping the inner walls of your arteries smooth and resilient. But what makes vitamin E special is how it supports emotional intimacy too. It balances hormones, reduces oxidative stress, and helps the body manage cortisol, the hormone that builds walls between you and your partner. When cortisol is high, it's not just your body that shuts down, it's your mood, your touch, your willingness to be present. Vitamin E helps lift that fog. Men who restore it often say they feel lighter, more open, not just physically, but emotionally. It's like coming back home to yourself and to your partner. Now enter vitamin B9, or folate. While it's best known for its role in pregnancy, folate is vital for men, especially when it comes to circulation, energy, and nitric oxide production. Without enough folate, your body struggles to move oxygen-rich blood to the places that matter most. More than that, folate supports cellular energy production, helping you feel less tired and more alert, physically and mentally. And when your mind and body feel aligned, intimacy becomes something you look forward to, not something you fear or avoid. These two vitamins also share something profound. They support the emotional side of intimacy, the part that doesn't show up on lab tests, the part that says, I still matter, I'm still desired, I can still give and receive love in every sense of the word. That's why men who add more vitamin E and folate to their lives often report more than just better erections. They describe stronger relationships, renewed self-worth, and even better communication with their partners, because when you feel better, you show up differently, and people feel that. So how do you get them? For vitamin E, reach for almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and avocado. For B9, look to dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, asparagus, oranges and lentils. Simple foods, deep impact. And just when you think you're doing everything right, eating clean, supplementing smart, walking daily, there's one final enemy that sneaks in quietly and robs you of all that progress. It's not a food, not a vitamin, not a disease, but it's present in almost every modern man's life. Want to know what it is? You've eaten well most of your life. You've worked hard, provided for your family and stayed out of trouble. So why does it feel like your body is betraying you now? Why, after decades of doing everything right, are things falling apart where it matters most? The answer might not be in your genes, but in your routine, because the silent thief of male vitality after 60 isn't always disease or age. It's modern life itself. The food looks the same, but it's not. Today's fruits and vegetables are grown in nutrient-depleted soils. Meat is processed. Meals are rushed. Even if you eat healthy, your body might still be starving for the micronutrients it once had in abundance. Then there's the stress. Not the kind that makes headlines, the quiet kind. The background hum of money worries, adult children, medical appointments, loneliness. That kind of stress doesn't explode. It erodes, slowly, quietly, until one day your sleep is shallow. Your mornings are heavy, and your desire feels like something distant. And what about movement? Retirement often means more sitting, fewer steps, and longer hours indoors. You used to get your sunshine and exercise just by living your day. Now it takes intention, and that can be hard when your energy is low and your motivation is missing. It's a cycle, one that millions of men fall into, not because they're lazy, but because the world shifted beneath their feet. They didn't notice how much they were losing because everything around them told them it was normal. You're just getting older, they said. But deep down, you knew there had to be more. And there is more. Your body isn't broken, it's under-supported. Your passion isn't gone, it's buried under noise. Your virility didn't vanish, it just needs the right conditions to wake up again. This is why men who focus only on testosterone or rely on pills often feel disappointed. Because the problem is bigger than one hormone. It's in the food, the light, the pace, the pressure, and the solution. It's not one thing either. It's a lifestyle realignment, starting with restoring the nutrients that were once naturally present and building habits that honor the body you're in now. So here's the truth. Modern life may have dulled your fire, but it didn't extinguish it. You still have the power to feel alive, to feel strong, to feel deeply connected, not just sexually, but emotionally, spiritually, and physically. But how do you rebuild? How do you turn all this knowledge into daily action? What's the next step toward reclaiming your confidence, your pleasure, and your place in your own skin? It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's a comeback plan, tailored to a man just like you. You don't need to become someone else. You just need to remember who you are and give that man the tools to rise again. The truth is, everything you've been searching for, energy, confidence, intimacy, pleasure, it's already inside you. But like a fire left unattended, it needs fuel, oxygen, and a spark to come alive again. That's what this journey has been about. Not chasing youth, but rediscovering vitality on your own terms. So where do you begin? Start with the simple victories. Every day, nourish your body with foods rich in the vitamins we've explored. Vitamin D from sunlight or supplements, B3 from salmon and seeds, C from fresh fruits, E from nuts and oils, and B9 from leafy greens. These aren't exotic superfoods. They're basic, honest ingredients that rebuild your system from the inside out, then move, not to punish your body, but to wake it up. A brisk 20-minute walk, gentle stretching, a bike ride. Movement increases circulation, improves testosterone, reduces stress, and reminds your muscles and your mind that you are still strong. Next, reconnect with rest. Good sleep is not a luxury, It's a foundation. Without it, your body can't repair, your hormones can't regulate, your drive disappears. Create a bedtime ritual that feels like a gift, not a chore. Dim the lights, disconnect from screens, let your nervous system exhale, and finally, touch. Not just sexual, but emotional, human touch. A hug, a kiss, a hand on a shoulder. Intimacy isn't just about performance, it's about presence. The more connected you feel, the more alive your entire body becomes. This isn't a prescription, it's a return to rhythm, balance, nourishment, and the man you've always been beneath the noise of modern life. And no, it's not too late, not even close. In fact, this moment right now might be the beginning of your most powerful chapter. You are not forgotten. You are not broken. And you are absolutely still capable of love, desire, and connection. Don't let silence or shame steal what's rightfully yours. Your comeback doesn't start next week. It doesn't depend on some perfect routine. It starts now with a decision to care for yourself like someone who matters, because you do. If this message spoke to you, if you felt seen, understood, or inspired, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button to support this mission of restoring men's health with truth and compassion. And let us know in the comments, what city are you watching from and how young are you today? We're building a community here and you belong in it.